On July 1st, U.S. stock market saw a sharp jolt. Tesla's share price dropped 7% in a single day. The bright red numbers weren't just a market reaction. They were the visible signal of a deeper, structural shift now unfolding across Elon Musk's business empire. Behind the scenes, a new policy from Washington had just been approved. Nicknamed the Big and Beautiful Act, the legislation is now being viewed by analysts as a precision move targeting the federal support systems that have long underpinned several of Musk's most ambitious ventures. While social media erupted in speculation, Musk responded with a terse message online: short, abrupt, and unapologetically firm. He seemed to be cutting ties or at least preparing to stand alone. But this wasn't just personal posturing. It marked a decisive turning point for a company, and a founder, who have benefited enormously from U.S. government subsidies, defense contracts, and energy incentives. Before we dive into what changes, let's look at what Musk had to lose. Over the past decade, Tesla has received more than $15 billion in federal subsidies and tax credits. These include generous clean energy incentives, vehicle purchase credits, and environmental trading schemes that allowed Tesla to earn billions, even when some years saw limited profitability in its core business. SpaceX, Musk's aerospace firm, has secured contracts worth an estimated $46 billion, many of them awarded by NASA and the U.S. Department of Defense. It's a foundational pillar of the company's revenue and its ambitious goals for space exploration. Just last year, Tesla earned $2.8 billion by selling regulatory credits alone, profits from helping other automakers meet emission standards they couldn't achieve themselves. In short, U.S. taxpayer-backed programs have played a critical role in accelerating Musk's ventures. The new legislation aims to reshape how subsidies and federal partnerships are distributed. The biggest immediate change, the $7,500 electric vehicle tax credit, is being discontinued for buyers of vehicles from companies deemed over-subsidized. This alone could impact Tesla's sales trajectory in the U.S., where price sensitivity remains a barrier for many potential customers. Industry analysts estimate that up to one-third of prospective Tesla buyers may reconsider if the price climbs by thousands of dollars overnight. Then there's SpaceX. The law now mandates a deeper review of satellite launches and defense-related contracts. SpaceX has historically used a cost-plus model, in which the government covers expenses and adds guaranteed profit. This model helped the company scale quickly, but it may not survive the scrutiny and budget tightening now on the horizon. With SpaceX's annual launch revenues nearing $22 billion, any cutbacks or contract cancellations would be more than symbolic. They'd hit core operations. While the new law was introduced under a populist economic agenda, former President Trump added fuel with a personal jab. He suggested that without subsidies, Musk might have no choice but to pack up and return to South Africa. Crude or not, the statement underscores a serious question. Can Musk's empire truly function without government support? Musk's first visible reaction came swiftly. He resigned from his advisory role in a White House Innovation Council. It was a symbolic gesture, a refusal to play along with a system he no longer felt aligned with. Yet in Washington, symbolism rarely changes policy. The legislation passed, and its impacts are now rippling through every corner of Musk's business. At Tesla's Shanghai Gigafactory, production continues, even during a monsoon. But trouble is brewing beneath the surface. As of June, battery prices in China had dropped another 5%, increasing the competitive threat from local manufacturers. At the same time, Tesla's capacity utilization in Shanghai is down to 70%, and inventory is backing up. Model 3s built months ago are still waiting for buyers. Without U.S. subsidies, Tesla must now fight on two fronts: a tighter domestic market and faster evolving Chinese competition. SpaceX's launch facilities in Texas are unusually silent this summer. The Falcon 9 rockets, typically being inspected or launched this time of year, are grounded. With new scrutiny over Starlink's military applications and potential reclassification of sensitive technologies, the company is facing regulatory delays. One internal joke reportedly captured by surveillance: should we paint the Starlink satellites in Chinese red? Within days, the engineer was summoned by the National Defense Office. It's a tense moment. Starlink is not only a key asset for internet infrastructure, it's also entwined with national security considerations. As of this year, 30% of rural U.S. schools rely on Starlink for internet access. Cutting it off would cause political ripple effects well beyond defense budgets. Facing an uncertain future in the U.S., Musk appears to be quietly shifting more operations toward China. The brain-computer interface division, once seen as too speculative, is now pursuing partnerships with leading Chinese hospitals to conduct clinical trials. Meanwhile, the super high-speed rail models previously shelved in the US are being packaged for transport to China. There, the vast 8 horizontal, 8 vertical high-speed rail network has opened potential collaboration opportunities, especially in magnetic levitation and underground tunnel systems. Rather than fight for infrastructure funding in Congress, Musk seems ready to deploy technology where demand is clearer and bureaucracy is leaner. Despite these headwinds, Musk retains 3 core strengths. First is technology. The Optimus humanoid robot continues to advance, with Musk's engineers working on pain sensation modules and autonomous control systems. This could help Musk retain a lead in AI-integrated robotics, an area with implications for both manufacturing and healthcare. Second, reusability. SpaceX's reusable Falcon 9 rockets are saving the company around $2.8 billion annually, matching Tesla's recent net income from China. This efficiency will remain valuable regardless of where operations are based. Third, the Starlink satellite network. With over 4,200 satellites in orbit, it is the largest communications constellation on Earth. It offers leverage, not only as an internet provider but also as a data infrastructure backbone with commercial and governmental utility. Musk isn't just retreating to engineering labs. Behind the scenes, he's been building political influence. Sources say his foundation has already contributed $9 million to campaign funds for legislators in key U.S. manufacturing states, those that host Tesla's plants and SpaceX's test ranges. There are also rumors of a political movement in the works, possibly named the American Party, aimed at disrupting the two-party system and countering what Musk sees as ideological rigidity in both parties. If that initiative gains traction, it may allow Musk to regain influence not through contracts, but through voters. At Musk's design center in Los Angeles, the so-called Phoenix Project is quietly taking shape. This effort seeks to adapt vacuum tunnel technology, originally meant for passenger transport, into urban freight logistics. It's a pivot that could sidestep political delays and focus instead on solving last-mile delivery problems for global e-commerce. Meanwhile, the AI team is accelerating work on ethics-aware robotics. Pain recognition, emotion analysis, and regulatory compliance modules are all being tested in an effort to preempt future backlash. The final image that encapsulates the moment. While Capitol Hill holds hearings on failed clean energy investments, the network providing internet support to the chamber is, ironically, Starlink. This contradiction highlights the deeper truth. Despite policy shifts, Musk's empire remains entangled in essential infrastructure. He may lose subsidies. He may lose contracts. But the tools he's built, the satellites, the factories, the code, still work and in many cases, are irreplaceable in the short term. Political analysts believe that Musk won't relocate everything. Instead, a selective withdrawal from US-centered operations, paired with reinvestment in China and other global markets, may define the next phase of his empire. If so, this isn't just a story about Musk versus Trump, or business versus politics. It's about a rebalancing of technological influence, and about a new playbook for multinational innovators navigating an increasingly fragmented world. Closing scene, split screen of SpaceX launch pad and Tesla factory in Shanghai. With the US pivoting away from broad subsidies and China accelerating its tech adoption, Musk now stands at a crossroads. Will he rebuild from the rubble? Or find a new future, one not bound by Washington's rules? Only time will tell. But one thing is clear, Elon Musk is not done yet.